Hi everyone, this is T Walker, Tiffany, saying hello and giving you my weekly update. A few topics that I would like to discuss with you. Last week I mentioned that I did my cardiologist, I had my cardiologist appointment, and everything went really well. My EKG came back fine. But I wasn't being honest with myself, and I wanted to talk about it in this particular blog. The stress test that I took it allowed me to take intravenous medication, opened up my heart, allowed me to be able to walk in place. They were able to see my heart level elevate and then come back down. Tested my blood pressure. That was fine. And they took a few pictures of my heart all around. Then the echo, that allowed me to see a sonogram of my heart. And to be honest with you, as I laid on that table and got the sonogram results or the sonogram visual on screen, I can tell you that something touched me about doing this. And one of the main reasons actually that I'm doing it is I need to be healthy. I want my heart to keep beating. I want it to beat strong, and I want it to beat for a long time. And just looking at it, it's a beautiful organ. Just looking at it and hearing it, and there are different sounds in different areas. It was just amazing. And if I could have just actually gotten a picture of it, I think I would have taken it, because I like to see pictures of everything. But it just allowed me to see the bigger perspective and actually respect the doctor a little bit more, because I actually was a little resentful to the fact that I didn't walk out there with approval right away. And it's actually good that he didn't give me one right away, because you never know. We go through all of these exams for a reason. We're being tested. And if you think that, hey, this is a quick fix, that they're just going to give you a seal of approval and send you on your way, and don't do these do these mandatory meetings and appointments, there's a problem. You have to do this. You have to make those appointments. You have to make the effort to put in the time. And a lot of people don't understand what's behind it. When I told a few of my friends, hey, I'm going for this surgery, a lot of people were like, oh, well, what about the extra skin? And once I told them I had to do the psych evaluation, I have to do the cardiologist appointment, I have to do the dietary exams, they kind of, they kept it to themselves a little bit, and it was like, it's a little extensive, and you got to be dedicated to get this done. So I know I'm motivated, and I'm going to stick with it. I've done everything as I mentioned before, but with the setbacks. The one setback that I have to face this week on the 17th is I have to get fitted for a mask, because I have mild sleep apnea, which I knew that I snored, but things happen. Once I get fitted, then I can submit my paperwork into the insurance company, and hopefully, yay, I'll finally get a date in the next few weeks. I hope. Either way, this experience has been nothing but eventful, but it's also been a learning experience, and I'm having fun along the way, getting to identify things about myself as well as others. As promised, I said I was going to talk about some of the things that I'm taking. Well, I haven't got a date yet, and I haven't been given a mandatory exercise, but I've decided to incorporate protein at least once a day, at least during the week, in my life. So, here we go. This is what I'm taking. It's 100% whey protein from Muscle Milk. This stuff tastes great. It smells amazing. Oh my goodness. It's like cocoa butter in a bag. But let's talk about the nutrition facts. 140 calories, which is not bad. The sugar, 1 gram of sugar, and it has 27 grams, 27 grams of protein, which is great. This stuff rocks. I'm going to become an advocate for them. So with 27 grams of protein, a few cups a day is going to definitely get you there. So I've been doing this at least once in the morning. What I do is I take 1 scoop, I mix it with about 6 to 8 ounces of low-fat milk. I don't like skim milk, so low-fat milk. I add a little bit of creamer to it, and I put it in this bottle, which this is called a blender bottle, and it has a blender ball. And you know how I know this thing rocks? Because when I wanted to buy 2 of these bottles, and they had the bottles, no ball in it. Everybody was taking the ball for some reason, but definitely good stuff. So get yourself a nice bottle to shake. Get yourself some high protein. Remember, it's supposed to be less than 15 grams of sugar. Stay away from the sugar. More than 15 grams of protein. I want as much protein as you can throw on me. Also, Costco has a great brand, Premier. I've had their chocolate ones. It's already pre-mixed. Everything is done. It's about, you get about 30 in a box, and you just throw it in the fridge in the morning before you leave. Shake it up. I actually leave it upside down so that anything that settles in the bottom can rise, can fall to the top, and then I shake it up, and I have that in the morning as well on the go. Or you can have it, in between. So it's really good, and it has actually 30 grams of protein, and I think it's about 1 or 2 grams of sugar, so some good stuff. And then last but not least, if you need to add flavor to your water, that's very important. A lot of people cannot drink water on their own. I love water on its own, but this has nothing in it. There's no protein. But what I would suggest is, as you get into your proteins, get a protein like what you get at Jamba Juice that has no flavor to it, so you can just add it to your stuff. You can sprinkle it, on your food, and act like as if, hey, it's just protein. Just sprinkle it everywhere. That's what I'm going to do. Get some protein that doesn't even have any flavor in it, so I can just sprinkle it on stuff so I can even get the protein while I'm eating something, or better yet, drinking something that doesn't have any real benefit, but it adds flavor. And a lot of people that can't drink water, once again, straight, they'd like to have some flavor, so I've incorporated a little bit of flavored drink into it, but I don't want any of the calories or sugar that comes along with it. Just to sum up this particular blog, I do want to mention something. All my life I've struggled with weight, and I think most of us, if not all of us, have struggled with weight all of our life at some point or another. I've had friends that I swear look like supermodels and still want to lose that 10 or 15 pounds, and I'm like, are you kidding me? You're perfect. But we all look at ourselves differently. And one of the reasons I struggled with looking at an alternative to surgery is because some people know this about me. My mom passed away at the age of 31, and when she passed away, I wasn't 100% aware of everything that was happening. I just knew the word pulmonary hypertension. So that's another reason why I appreciate having the stress test and getting that done, because she was a very endearing, beautiful, outgoing, wonderful, loving person, and pulmonary hypertension took her away from me at a young age. I didn't get to know my mom that well, but what I did know of her spirit and her charm, I was 10. But you get a lot of impression from the people that are around you at the age of 10. And she was just a blessing, a beautiful person to be with, and a very loving person. And the reason why I probably was not so open to it is because I know that my mom struggled with her weight all her life, always. If it was not Weight Watchers or, like I think Weight Watchers used to have those, the canned foods, and they used to be pre-packaged, and you buy the food and, it'd come in like cans. They'd have like the spaghetti and stuff. I remember her getting that stuff, and trying all these different diet techniques. And I think she fell into that diet pill era, back in '86. And that really left a lasting impression on me about alternatives to losing weight, especially when it comes down to taking medications. So one of the biggest fears was that I would never hit 31, because it was just something, especially myself and my older sister, realizing that mom didn't last that long, so we always felt like maybe we may not. So how can I say this? The end result is I need to be healthy. I want to be able to run with my son, as I mentioned in my first video. I want to be able to, jump up and down and not feel that pain. I want to be able to take my dogs and take them for a run, on the street, on pavement, because I can run on a treadmill. Give me a few days to get my adrenaline up and going. I can run on a treadmill, but I want to run. I want to do a 5K. There's so many things I want to do. T-Toll girl, you're the one that helped in me envision that, because you mentioned in your blog things that you want to do when you lose the weight, and it's actually things I want to do as I'm losing the weight, because you feel lighter and lighter as you go forward. So, with that said, my mom was a beautiful person, and I consider myself, a great person as well. And I want to make sure that I can be even greater by taking care of my ticker. So whatever happens with the cardiologist, I'll take it in stride. But I know that this surgery, and keep this in mind, everyone, that you're thinking about or that you're going to do, that you have your date for, is going to save your life. Think about it. There's a number of people that have died at very young ages recently. Heavy D died, and I have a feeling it definitely has to do with his heart. Definitely his heart. We also have Eric Sherman. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. So, I grew up in the 80s and the 90s when I was listening to different groups, EPMD and, Heavy D and the Boys. And these are people that are just a few years older than me, not even by 10 years. And they're passing away because due to weight issues. We have to take it seriously. And you know what? I'm going to do something about it now. Okay, with this surgery, great, but I'm going to do it before, because you know what? I want to live, and I want to love, and I want to be as welcoming and as inviting as the next person when it comes down to feeling confident about what I'm going to do and how I feel doing it. So with that said, everyone, it's the beginning of the week. I look forward to seeing you next week. I hope I was able to shed some light on some information for you. I gave you a little bit of the personal side. There's still a lot more personal, but nonetheless, we all have a reason for doing this. And like I said, my son is my primary reason, but I want to live and I want to do well. Everyone, take care and see you next week. Bye.